Hi, I'm Kurt with Travers Tool Company. I was given a few tools from a company named BESDIA to just test out, see how I like them, do a video on them, and we offer them at Travers Tool Company. So I thought, why not give it a try? So here we go. First of all, these are pneumatic tools, with one slight exception. I'll get into that a little bit later. But so you will need compressed air at least 90 psi to run these things. Some other things about them, they all come with a fitting that's not too common in the United States. These are made in Taiwan. So I had to switch one to my trusty old industrial 1/4-inch fitting. And the thread on them, the thread on the tool is a male 1/4-inch NPT. So you'll need a female 1/4-inch NPT fitting to put on it if you don't use whatever that is. So let's talk about the air lappers. We have two of them here. One of them, the slower one, is a UTR-30. This one is a UTR-70, is their model numbers. So when we unpackage this, we're going to find a little bag in it that has a lot of tips, different points, or not points, different tips for different for holding different things, or files that are flat or with a round shank, and a tool to install them with. Next, there's a little sleeve. Well, if you're doing this all day long or for quite a while, you might need something to slide over it, just to keep the vibrations off your hand a little bit better. And then obviously we have the tool. So this is the slower of the two. This actually reciprocates at 35,000 cycles per minute. Okay, the UTR-70 is 40,000 RPM. I almost said RPMs. It's not rotations per minute, it's cycles per minute because of the fact that it reciprocates. I mentioned that the air lapper can hold flat files or files with a round shank on them. BESDIA also makes those products, obviously, the tools to hold them with. So I have some round files here that I'm going to experiment with. Now the file itself is not round. This is a set, and each file is a different shape, but each shank is round. So it'll fit the holder or the tool. All right, so there's those. Then we have this. So this is a nice little kit of diamond coated files. As you can see, they come in different shapes, different lengths, and they're made with a shank on them that'll fit right into that filer. But that's not all these fit into. So if you take the foam out of here and dig it out, oh, hard to get that out of there. There we go. You have a little hand tool here. And guess what? That little file fits just perfectly in that hand tool. So you can buy this set independent of those other tools, the pneumatic tools, and just use it by hand as a diamond coated file. Next, I'm going to use the air lapper, and to get this file installed, I'm going to just pop it right in here. Use the tool that they include with it to tighten it in. Just should make sure that that's tight too, and it is. All right, and let's put it to use. So the lapper works the same way. Just give it a twist and it turns on, gradually ramps up, and there it goes. So as you can see, it looks like it's not even moving. It's a very short stroke. This is reciprocating at 35,000 strokes per minute. But it clearly is moving because you can see the particles coming off of it. So I want to get into that carbide a little bit. So it did a pretty good job. This is not the ideal project for those kind of tools. It's what I needed to do at the time, but you can see it definitely worked. It was definitely effective. So I kind of like the tools. Maybe I'll do another video when I have something more suitable to these types of tools to do. So anyway, there it is. As you can see, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's only for clearance, like I mentioned before, so it'll work just fine. Maybe sometime down the road when I have a project that I'll need a tool that these things are really used for, really designed for, maybe I'll do another video. But in the meantime, it worked for what I needed it to do. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy these things if you decide to buy one.